Welcome to our tour, because unfortunately we couldn't do an unboxing this week because we had a weather event, a tropical cyclone. Didn't hit us, but definitely hit close to us. Well, close to us, like 3 hours north of us. But yeah, basically it was just too risky to get anything freighted in there as well. We did get one little small fish order that I couldn't get changed till next week. But don't worry, next week will be another monster unboxing because we'll have 2 weeks worth of fish we need to get in there. But we thought we'd just do a quick tour around the shop, show you guys like what we're doing here as well. And I'm sure some people might appreciate a bit of a look there. I guess first things we can look at is our leucistic Murray River turtle here, or Macquarie turtle. So yeah, he's pretty awesome. This is Milky. We've had him for probably going on 5 years now, if I have to have a rough guess on there. So yeah, he's pretty awesome. He does eat his fish friends in there. So one thing you do know about turtles, that if you put fish in there, you do need to be mindful they might get eaten there as well. But we do have one Salvini cichlid down the bottom there, and he seems to be holding his own in the tank there. We did have about 30 Serpo tetras, and I think we're down to 1. So it did take him a couple of years. One cool thing that we do like about this tank here is we do have this pothos growing in down here. So turtles are notorious for eating all their plants and that, so that's why we have it there. This pothos, if you look up above here, and Kim will follow on the camera, you can see it grows all the way into our fish room there, and it grows about another 4 meters over that direction there as well. So it's really cool there as well. We've got loads of aquascaping rocks in there as well. Dragonstone and Surya rock there as well. We've got some nice boulders, and we also have plenty of cool breeding caves down here for aggressinosers. So we love our catfish here. We like to have all the accessories for them. Great selection of driftwoods up the top there as well. So we always like to have that as well. If we cut to our plant tank here as well, it's starting to come along. We're getting a little bit of algae on there, but I mean that's something that we're just going to work on the maintenance on there. I'll try not to touch it too much at the moment and letting the plants really grow in there, but the CO2 is finally starting to help boost it up there, and it's definitely taking it to the next level there as well. So looks okay from this end, looks a bit nicer from the other end here as well, but yeah, it's really starting to be quite nice. So if you follow down into the fish room, then you'll see like the rest of it. So we do have our snakes over this side here as well, and then we go into our bigger display tank here. So this one here, we have our giant guami in there, our Peacock Bass, we have our Datinoid at the back there, red tail catfish, and one big nice sized gold spot pleco. So yeah, this tank is 5 foot by 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot, so it's a bit of a weird size there. We do run a sump filter on this one here as well. As you can see, we have the pothos growing down in there, as well as a heck of a lot of biomedia in there as well. So yeah, this tank's pretty one of our easier ones to look after in the shop here. Goes right well. Next to it we have our little freshwater moray eels. So there's 3 of them in this tank here. They're quite adorable. We also do have a tiger bichir in there as well. You can just see above the snail shell there. So he's going pretty cool. And a nice little archerfish at the top there, just doing his thing. So that's pretty nice. And then we have a brackish moray eel there as well. So he's going really well, that fella. I mean, I'm not too sure why no one's really taken him home, because he's very tough and very easy to look after. We also have a larger archerfish. Now we had this archerfish in with our turtle. Did get a bit beaten up. We put it in the brackish water, and it's definitely come good. Another cube tank, well not cube but tall tank we have, is our shell dweller tank here. So these are your Lampologus multifasciatus. So yeah, cool little shell dweller. These guys breed in here. I wouldn't even be able to tell you how many are in here. Every now and then we go through and fish out a few to sell, but most of the time we just let it do its thing. And again, if you didn't notice the theme, I like my pothos. It seems to just look really cool on the tank. Our big cube tank's got a heat growing up in there as well. We've got it growing all over the shop. It really adds a bit of character to the shop, I feel. So yeah, big fan of that. Display tank's going quite well. We did have a couple of issues there where we did get some hole in the head on our heckle eyes. I'm pretty sure it was my fault. I was overfeeding. We just got a bit of a bacterial infection start to develop, which developed into other problems. Snowball into other problems in the aquarium. It's quite easy. But this one's back on track there, and the water quality is really good on there as well. Really happy with that. So that's been one of the good things there. We have a couple little guppy tanks here above our plant tanks. We got some nice little kois in there. We also have our auto cyclist catfish in here, as well as some cute little barbados corydoras as well, which are a little bit rare. And same in this one here, we have these gold neon striped corydoras there as well. So very pretty. These tanks just do their thing there as well. They've been cycled, running for a long time. They're pretty bulletproof. Amazon swords, crypts. Our CO2 is empty on this. This is my Monday job to go get our CO2 all sorted out again, because we are running out of that. And they'll get those tanks looking a bit better there as well. And then we go on to our American cichlids here. So lots of Oscars, silver dollars, gold zebrums, rivulatas, black-banded leporinas, Jack Dempsey's, snooks. So we've got lots of different types in here. We have some nice Geophagus sabinii here. Lots of like chocolate cichlids in there as well, some black sharks. We've got one little baby Saratoga left. I'm trying to line up a few more, but we'll see how we go. Ellioti cichlids, we have a nice pair of Jack Dempseys. We've got some beautiful Oscars here as well. These are red chilies and whatnot. Cool little spotted talking catfish. They don't pop up too often, but when you do see them, they are a feature. Red devils. We have a black nasty Hadiensis. So yep, going good. And then yeah, we got just bits and bobs, Texas Oscars, convicts, more red devils. Fire mouse, we're pretty low on those actually, so we'll get some more of those in next week. And yeah, silver dollars, Jack Dempsey, so it'll be alright. Our main tank here, this is where you guys would have been seeing us have the babies in here. These guys have spawned again. I'm not too sure. They've taken the babies down the back there. So this has been quite cool. There is a couple of babies left over from their last lot, which are living up in this top log area there as well. So I think I've seen about half a dozen still cruising around, which has been cool. So yeah, this display tank is about 7.5 foot. It's a bit of a weird size, 7.5 foot, 2 foot wide, and I think it's close to the 800 high. So what's that going to be? A bit over 2.5 foot high. It's a heavy tank. We've only lifted it twice, and each time it's been an absolute nightmare. We've planted up the top here as well. I'm going to have to change it around a bit. We put this big elephant ear here. It's growing almost too well. It's getting burnt from the light there, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with that there as well. But we'll figure out a plan of action on that one, because that's what we also do. Below that tank is our African tank there as well. This is kind of a display slash sales tank. This is where all our big ones go in there as well. So a lot of people do look for larger African cichlids to add to their established tanks. That's why we have this one here. So lots of different types of fish in there, ACIs, peacocks, Livingstone eyes, electric yellows, electric blues, zebras. There's a heap of African cichlids in there. And in the shop, if you start walking to the white sand, this is where our Africans are as well. So same deal, we've got lots of different types. Nice big trophies at the moment, he's looking really good. Beautiful little yellowtail ACIs, some rostratas, which are one of my personal favourites there. Some nice smaller, or medium-sized peacocks down the bottom there. We have some polystigmas up in here. Crimson sides are starting to colour up, so that's been good. Lots of marble zebs in there. So yeah, a few different bits and bobs there as well. Electric yellows, electric blues, cobalt blue zebras. I don't know if there's anything too crazy there. We do have some nice little humpheads. They're quite popular. Some cadangos, which are very nice as well. They're quite good. And we do have some frontosas or frontosa or fronties, as I know them for as well. We move on into our goldfish section. So yeah, loads of different comments in here as well. Lots of nice randas in here, ranchus. We have some cool ping pong pearl scales, more bigger randas. So yeah, and then we got some nice bigger randas up there. About 1 million snails. And then we have our smaller fancies over here, smaller randas, Rahikins, ranchus. I know, ranchus are down the bottom there. And if we go backwards a bit, we missed a few. We've got a couple of big barramundi at the moment we're looking for homes for. So if you're looking for a couple of big barra, come and see us. We have some beautiful guppies in there. I need to shut this tank down, but I'm in love with it so much. It just grows so well with the Saltwater Tank in there. But we have these beautiful green tiger antlers, and these are dragon mosaic or mosaic tail. I can't even remember now. What have we got there? Male red mosaic elephant ear guppies. Well, that was a mouthful and a half, but they're looking fantastic. Then we have some beautiful pairs over here. We have some albino platinums, and we have some half red albinos as well. So yeah, beautiful male there. We got some females in there as well. Guppy grass. Oh, we also have our purple mystery snails. They're done quite well. You can also see this is the filtration for the two big tanks that we just looked at before. We've got the FX6s and FX1 FX6 and one 3000 Ocellaris running on those tanks there as well. If you cruise on, we'll start getting into more of our bit of a hodgepodge type of tanks over here. This is like where we keep a lot of our natives as well as our tetras, larger tetras, things like that there as well. So we have some Marble Fenestratus, which you're going to have to go over the other side. These ones are locally bred by Brent bred these ones. So they're very cool fish. We have some beautiful Rennoers catfish in here, so they're going quite good. So nice heckelai, loads of different plecos down in here. We've got your gold spots in there. The Aurelius barbs down the bottom there have come up really good, and black ghost knife fish. And then yeah, we just have loads of different display tanks in here as well. We won't go through every tank individually, but we keep a lot of our plecos in here, our L333s, 397s, Wamis. A lot of our rams are in here as well. You can see we've got some nice little platinum rams at the moment. We have some big horse corridors, Sturley corridors down the bottom, and they're looking good. So these tanks are just kind of like, they're all isolated. They all run off the sponge filters. They kind of, we try to make sure the fish that are a little bit more delicate, like the rams and that, are kind of in these tanks here. And same with the plecos. We do find if we do run them on the sump, sometimes you can have disease, can't transfer over when we get new fish in there as well. And some beautiful peppermints up here. They're taking my eye there. You also have some extra large peppermint noses in here as well. So you can see that male is caved up at the moment there. Well, I would assume it's a male. That's a general male behaviour when they're caving up. Then we got yabbies and freshwater crabs down the bottom there as well, so they're very popular. I like to get them for the kids. They always seem to have a cool interest in there as well. And then lots of just standard tropicals, albinos, corridorus, albino sharks, albino cherry barbs, Bolivian butterfly rams. So yeah, lots of beautiful ones there as well. We keep on rolling, big driftwood selection. So this is just one side. We have driftwood back up where the aquascaping was, so we got always heaps of that. Our saltwater chillers up the top there. We're keeping the tanks cool in the heat. And then we have another big display tank that we have here with our Saratoga Giardini in there. So this is Boris. He's a mean SOB. We have a cool little Asian red-tailed cat down in here as well. Hemianthus or Hemigrachus, I think that one is. I've got some red hooks which I've had for a long time, and they're finally starting to colour up and look really good. Someone tried to buy them and I was like, I normally sell everything, but I think I need to hold on to these because they're just starting to really look good. So yeah, so this tank does its thing. Boris keeps everyone in line. Can't really add many other fish in there, otherwise he eats them or kills them because he's a killer. So, but these guys are just too fast for him. Then we have our angelfish, silver sharks, and loads of bristlenose up in this tank. So this is where we keep all our larger bristlenoses. So we have it all pretty caved out, so you can come in and kind of see what we're looking at there as well. These tanks are part of the renovation schedule, so I think we are going to change these around eventually when we get there. But today, they're just the way it is. We've got some wicked peacock bass. They're going quite well, growing strong. We also have some tiger blishes, you can see just up there on the plant there, and there's another one up there just above. If you go a bit higher, you can kind of see him there as well. So they've grown absolutely fantastic. But I have to say the Senegals probably look the best. I really love the Senegals. They move around there. We've got one of my little plecos, or a couple of my plecos up here from my personal collection. We're just going to hang out here. So that's a L387. We have a big old 201 down there as well. So yeah, so they're just my little ones. They just float around the shop, and one day I might decide to do something with them. Stingray, just got the one pup left at the moment, but he's going pretty good. Awesome school of Harlequin Rasboras. You can see why I love these guys. They're absolutely fantastic when you get them. You know, they've coloured up so well. Loads of bristlenoses, our most popular fish. This tank here, we're just restarting at the moment there as well. We've been having a few issues with disease on there, and sometimes you just got to do a full restart on there as well. So we bleached it, cleaned it out, started up with cycled water from one of our tanks, and we're just going to leave it for the next week, and then we'll start introducing new fish in there as well. Neons, they're going pretty good. Rummy noses are going pretty good, and we've got loads of clown loaches in there, but I'm pretty sure some crazy person is going to order like 200 clam loaches next week as well, so we're going to have loads of clam loaches. This is our Guppy system, so as you can see when we pull those bags out individually coloured, this is what we're talking about when we bring them in. We try to individually put the colours in there, so when people come in they can just choose, and it makes our life a little bit easier. As for the females, they just get mixed in there as well. We move on further, we've got our live bearers down here. We have lots of swordtails, they're always pretty popular, lots of platies and loads of mollies in there as well. So this is just our little live bearer section. Fish food, different brands. We do Hikari, tropical, we fluval bug bites, Hikari frozen. We also do the fish fuel tuckers, which is like your turtle food, beef heart, everything like that there as well. And then we've got a few more specialty things like the SAS shrimp food. We've got a big selection of that. And then our newest and biggest growing food is our Dimax stuff, which has been super popular. People have really been liking the uptake on that there as well. Very garlicky smelling food, but it is quite a good one. We've got our trickle tank here, well our waterfall tank, sorry, not a trickle tank. So this is where we keep our plant creations, they call them, or our plants on driftwood. So yeah, very popular. I like this tank. It's reasonably functional. It just looks really cool. Sometimes when you come to a shop, you just want to see things that look really cool. So this tank looks really cool. As you can see, we've got our Spanish moth hanging above there as well. I've hung a heap of driftwood from the roof there as well. I guess some days I'm just sitting here bored, just trying to find jobs to do, but always something. This is our shrimp rack down here. So we've got our yellows, reds and blue shrimp in there as well. We also keep some of our more specialised guppies over here. Like we've got our red chili endlers down the bottom there. And we've got a few other nice like gold ones there and gold ones there as well. So yeah, so that's looking really good. We have some more plant tanks down there. These guys need a little bit of a tidy up. It's been a bit of a weird week there. We've had there with the cyclone there, kind of threw everything away and we just lost the maintenance a little bit. But we will come back. Pea puffers, so we have some cute little pea puffers up in here as well. So they're pretty awesome. And then yeah, we go on to our soon to be shut down display tank. We don't actually sell these tanks too much anymore, so we're going to phase this one out, and I've already got a plan, so we'll see how we go with that, throw some more money at it. There's not much to really look at with the saltwater fish because we sold most of it today as well. So we have big saltwater tanks. We normally don't keep a huge stock level on there just to keep the water quality as good as we can. As you can see, we've treated this tank, that's why it's off colour on there as well. But the fish are doing quite well in there as well, so it's like, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't. And then we've got a few more up in here as well, like clown trigger, beautiful blue-faced angel, zebra moray, skunk clowns. So we got some nice engineer gobies, maroon clowns in there as well. So yeah, and then we have our coral tanks, which are going to look crazy blue on these ones here as well. We need to put a lens on there to really film the coral, but that's where that coral kind of lives in there as well. So yeah, quite cool. We do like that. As for the fish side, that pretty much sums up our fish room type of thing there as well. Oh no, we do have a few more actually. We have our a little plant display. I'm not too sure. This one's just, it's almost like when you're bagging up the fish, you just look at this tank and watch this little fighter. This one's been set up for years. It doesn't really do too much. We just do our little things on there and it kind of just does its own thing. We have Tiny up in here. I think I'm going to have to rehome Tiny. He's just not, I can't find a place for him. So if you are looking for a giant flower horn, come down and have a chat to us. He's a beautiful fish, beautiful nature. Just can't find the right combination for his tank. Our discus tanks are in here, and then up the top here we also have some beautiful Zingu Peacock Bass, as well as some spotted silver dollars, flagtail crocodinus. Down the bottom here are our turtles. So these are like what our milky is there, our Macquarie River turtles. As you can see, these guys are not with cystic, they are just your regular colours ones there as well. So yeah, that pretty much concludes our shop tour. Obviously we have lots of different dry goods. If you walk around, you'll see we have our saltwater, small animal section down there as well. Dog collars, dog food, dog shampoo, and yeah, loads of different other accessories. And I hope you guys liked it, and we'll get back to our unboxing next week, and I'll see you then.